Holy shit! Thank you, Wangles.
Wangles, what's up, man?
Wangless.
Wangles, and I kind of hope it's Wangless.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to purr in the mic. Go. Are you getting it? Are you getting anything picked up on there? Usually I stream Halo. I'm pretty much a Halo content creator at this point. It's the community that I've been involved with since about 2007 to 2008. It's kind of hard for some content creators to get outside Halo. But I've been having such a baller time in Final Fantasy VII and just trying to play other games that I think this is a great game if you're curious about Final Fantasy and, like, you know, RPG games. I think this is a great entry point into the series for multiple reasons. And yeah, let's get into it. If you don't press subscribe, this cat will be sad. Final Fantasy VII was probably the first video game that really makes you care about the characters. A lot of the other times, they were very short experiences. You know, it would just be kind of like, we're trying to get through it, we're trying to get to the end boss. We're going to make it really difficult so you keep playing for a while, and maybe you'll go grind for a while. But this is, from my memory, the first real game that makes you care. The remake does a great job of this, and it's really one of the great things that grabs you when you're trying to play the game. And I would highly recommend it for people who like RPGs. In many ways, this is very reminiscent of a Mass Effect, or another game like that, or a Dragon Age. It very much feels like old school BioWare to me, with a lot more finer details the longer you play it. There's obviously different ways you can upgrade your characters, you can customize your playstyles, and that stuff is kind of very specific in the game, and you learn how to play it as you go. It is for sure a JRPG, and they don't mess around with all the customization. It's not as in-depth. It's not as in-depth as something like Phantasy Star Online or anything like that. But it's also not as easy as you may think at original face value when you go into the game. So I think that if you wanted to try to go back into Final Fantasy, especially 7 or backwards, it would be very hard to do at this point in time just because they didn't age super well. They are fun and they are turn-based, but the modern combat is also another great reason for you to actually get in there and try it out. It makes sense. You don't have to go around and learn a ton of things. You just go in there and kick ass and take names. But you can play in a multiple... You can either do the turn-based, you can do the old school, you can do easy, you can do medium. Sorry, excuse me. You can do either old school or classic mode, where it is just straight turn-based, or you can do the actual new mode where they want you to try to incorporate real-time with turn-based abilities you earn through combat points and combat things like that. And ultimately, I think that the storytelling in this game is probably one of the best that I've seen in terms of delivery from the voice artists, and the actual characters themselves are very believable. In many ways, they're better than the original characters in terms of how much it makes you care about them. There are a lot of characters that are otherwise kind of throwaways. Jesse, Biggs, Wedge. A lot of those guys in the first game, you do not really care about. And you're like, bye-bye, see you later. I'm off to do the rest of my adventure. And yeah, I think that this is a great starting point if you guys want to get into the Final Fantasy universe. There are some other remakes you can get into. I know the Final Fantasy X has a great remake that's out there. Well, it's pretty good. I know that Final Fantasy XIV's out there if you want to fall down an MMO hole and just never come out and say goodbye to your friends and family. You can do that too. I'm trying to stay away from that as much as I can. Final Fantasy 15 is out there, but yeah, we don't really talk about it. It took too long. It's a very ambitious game. And, you know, if you want to get into the Final Fantasy and try to learn more about that universe and how it works, this is probably the best entry point that you have at this point in time. So yeah, go check it out. You have beautiful visuals too. The cinematics are great. The settings are great. And yeah, I'm loving the game so far, and I would highly recommend that you try it out, so do it. Do you want to be responsible for this cat being sad? Look at her. You want her to be sad? Press subscribe. It's for everywhere.
keep you thirsty boys waiting.